Hello everybody and welcome back. Today I'm going to be doing my first fall makeup look of 2023. I was really grasping onto the last seconds of summer here. I was sad to see it go, but now that the leaves are changing, the weather's getting crisper, I'm excited for fall now. And it's time that I give into the fall tones. So I hope you're excited for today's video because I love how today's makeup look turned out. But before we get into that, I'd love for you to subscribe if you haven't already, and let's get started. I'm going to start out with my e.l.f. Power Grip Primer, and I'm going to use 2 pumps of this. And next for my foundation, I'm going to be using my Makeup Forever HD Skin in the shade 1N14. And I'm just going to dot it on my skin. I prefer doing it this way now because then I feel like I always add the perfect amount. And to blend it out, I'm using my BK Beauty 101 brush. You know it's fall because I have this weird little rash thing. It always comes back in September. I don't know what it is. Speaking of September, what videos would you like to see from me this month? I know many of you are anticipating my yearly fall lipstick video, which I am gathering up my little list, but is there any other specific fall content you'd like to see from me? Honestly, I think my mom cursed me. The other day I was complaining about something to her, like I love doing, and she says, well, at least you don't have a red nose. She put it on me, look, and it just simply does not go away. It just stays there. She literally cursed me. Now I'm just taking the excess I have on my palette with my sponge just to add a second layer in the areas I want some more coverage, like my nose. So I placed an order on Sephora for most of the new concealers. Today we're going to be trying out the Haus Labs one. I got the shade 11 Light Neutral, but look at all of these. These are all of the newer ones I have to test out. I want to do like a tournament and kind of like a roundup to really dive into the new ones. These 3 right here are new to me, and these ones are like fresh to the market. Okay, let's try this out. I'm also kind of tempted to retry the Haus Labs foundation since I've had such a different experience with the Say foundation. Ooh, this feels a little bit thicker in comparison to other concealers I like. It looks a little bit moussey. I'm trying to think of another concealer that has this kind of thicker texture. Maybe the Dior, this one here, the Dior Skin Correct, has that thicker consistency. I think this color is really nice for my under eyes. I think it just might be a little bit bright to correct on my face. I usually am more keen on the concealers that have a very thin consistency and kind of like a soft matte texture, which this one, I don't know if it's giving soft matte vibes under my eyes. I've been really enjoying the Tower 28 concealer and the new Makeup Forever HD. I don't know if this one compares for me. I don't want to write it off right now. I'm going to give it a good shot, but right now I feel unsure. It looks really nice and brightening though. I'm going to just scatter it on my face here just to get an extra feel. It's really looking like it's sitting on top of my skin like a thicker layer, and I'm not loving that. So we'll see how it settles, hope for the best. But now let's try a newer powder. So this is the Huda Beauty Easy Bake and Snatch powder. They sent me these in PR with some really funny stickers. I put one of them on the back of this one. Best Snatch in class. Huda, I know you know what you were doing there. I tried this out yesterday and I wasn't convinced, but I want to see what this powder looks like under the eyes compared to the loose one. I thought that was going to be a fun comparison. They did bring out a cherry blossom shade. So I have 2 little clean powder puffs here. So on this side with the hot pink powder puff is going to be the loose, and on this side with the baby pink powder puff we're going to be trying the pressed. I'm going to go with the shade Cupcake because it's a happy medium between Pound Cake and Cherry Blossom. I still want a little bit of a brightening effect with this. Let's start off with the pressed powder. I'm just going to rub my powder puff in there, apply it the exact same way as usual. Nice and brightening. Okay, switching my poof. Now dipping into the loose form. I'm going to wipe my hand here so we don't cross-contaminate. I'm just gonna go on the back of my hand. But here's a side-by-side comparison of the two powders. I actually prefer the loose form. I feel like it looks much more refined and blurred and a lot thinner leaning on my face. I feel like this side you can see a lot more of my little texture here. I always think it looks like, I don't know, turtle shell or something. And this side, it's completely blurred out. I feel like my under eye lines here look much more defined. I won't move anymore and I'll just stare at you like my cat pillow, which I yeeted out of here. Maybe this will be better brushed on instead of pressed on with a powder puff. I couldn't decide between a bronzer and a contour, so I'm going to go for this one, which is a happy medium for me. This is the Hollywood Contour Wand from Charlotte Tilbury in the shade Fair Medium. Whoa, I squeezed way too much. I hate that I just did that because I don't want to put that in the cap. And I'm going to generously blend this out with my Moda blending fan brush because this is going to be a nice bronzy but autumn look. It's going to transition from summer to fall beautifully. Just need to ease myself into the fall tones again. This next product may shock you. I'm going to be using the Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood Flawless Filt'r as my highlighter. A few years ago, this product would break me out, but that was at a time that everything broke me out. So I'm just testing the waters again now that my skin has changed so much. Same with my skincare. I'm just going to see how my skin reacts to it. I'm using the shade 2.5 Fair. I have been using it for the last week and a half, maybe more. And so far so good. I've been using it as my highlighter a lot and it's going pretty good right now. Although there are so many products like this on the market now, there's just something so unbeatable to this one. It has such a nice thin consistency. The pearl just shines like none other and it's so super fine. I can't keep myself away from this product, so I hope it doesn't do me dirty. It gives me boiled egg glow and I love that about it. But you know, that beautiful sheen on boiled eggs? Can you tell I had that for breakfast this morning? What am I talking about? Okay, let's move on to blush, shall we? Today I'm going to be using my Tower 28 Power Hour blush. This is one of my go-tos for fall time. It's a stunning kind of browned, this looks like a good brush to apply it. This is the Danessa Myricks Yummy Face 1.0. Just so that I have good control because this is a very pigmented blush. I'm very happy I did that because I don't want that much on my cheek. I'm just going to spread it out on my palm, get my brush nice and coated, but also shear it out a bit. Then I'm going to go on my cheeks. That way I have a very buildable color and I have full control over the product. I actually don't like this brush for blush. It frays a little bit too much when you press on your cheek. I like them a little more stiff. I can't believe how big of a difference the under eyes make. I really don't like this side of my makeup today. This side looks a lot better. It's crazy. Looping back to this powder. Oh, I forgot to mention that there is a little cubby on the bottom here for this little powder puff. I'm going to grab this powder brush. This is the Royal & Langnickel Balm 125, and I'm going to pick up some of the shade Pound Cake, and I'm going to set my forehead. Not my favorite, not my favorite. I feel like, oh, it's really reminding me of that powder that I really disliked from, oh my god, Huda Beauty. It's the glowish powder. It feels super similar to that one, which I really did not like. This one just feels even cakier. Yeah, and it's totally making my cheek look like a freaking golf ball with all the little pores and stuff. It just does not come anywhere close to the loose powder for me. It definitely has some kind of pearl in there. It's so much like the glowish one. It's just not flattering on my skin. I wanted to add another blush. I've actually been falling in love with these Kaleidos blushes that they came out with in their recent collection. They all look very, very muted, but they kind of act like the Dior blushes. When they're swatched on your hand, they just look a little dusty, but once you put them on your cheeks, it really transforms them. I've been really liking them as a blush topper. Right now, I'm using the shade Pearl Bliss, which is one of the bronzier colors. And I'm going in very, very heavily. I'm also going to add a little bit on my forehead because I'm still going for those bronzy vibes a little bit. I decided I needed some kind of setting spray to help melt things together, and I'm going for my Milk Pore Eclipse Matte Setting Spray. This one's really awesome. I used this one quite a bit in the summer. I don't think I really talked about it. It's kind of like a secret favorite, I guess. What is really cool about this is if you set your face prior to using this, it will keep your skin looking really set and matte. But now I'm going to take a moment to prime my eyes and do my brows off camera. So while I'm doing that, enjoy the brow intermission. I want to do a nice dark brown lip today. We're gonna go really bold with the lip, so I'm going to do something lighter on my eye. And I'm going to use this palette that I've been loving so much. It's the Sydney Grace Love's Journey palette. I think I'm going to focus in this quadrant right here. I'm going to start with Steadfast Love. I'm dipping into a little bit of this one too, actually, just to lighten it for my crease in my heart. I'm now taking the shade Mad Love, which is the darkest from the top row, and I'm going to put this on my outer corner, kind of patting it. This is where I want the most color. And I'm doing this first because I'm going to overlay the shade Unforgettable kind of all over, but I want this depth to peek through. Same technique for my lower lash, using a rougher 03 brush. Okay, now I'm going to take this brush. This is a shade brush from Moda, and I'm going to dip into that Unforgettable shade. And I'm going to take a little bit of that Unforgettable shade and Steadfast Love on a brush, and I'm going to put it in the crease this way, just so it's softer. Okay, this turned out a lot more smoky than I had in mind, but that's okay. I'm going to repeat it on this side, and I'm going to do my mascara too, and I'll be using my Clio Kill Lash Superproof Mascara in Volume Curling. No surprise there. Now moving on to lips, Jones Road launched some lip liners, and I'm excited about them. This is the range of tones that they have. I'll go through them all. So the first one here is Tawny Nude, then we have Mauve, Nudist, Nude Pink, Nude Rose, Rosewood, Cognac, and Chocolate. There's a few shades here that are really grabbing my eye. I like the looks of Nudist, Rosewood, Cognac, and Chocolate, basically here and these three. They look really nice. So today I'm going to go for a dark chocolatey lip. I'm just trying to decide which brown would be best. This is the lip color I'm going for. I feel like this shade might bring out the more chocolate tones out of this color. This one might be a little bit dark and cool, but either would suit this really well. I'm going to start off with this shade Cognac though. Ooh, I like the feels of this. It's not like the MAC lip liners nor the Makeup Forever. They feel a lot more creamy. I'm excited. I love lip liners. I just love lip pencils and pencils in general. I'm just gonna rub my lips together so I get a nice gradation. And the lip color I'm going to be using today is this Maybelline Superstay Vinyl Ink in the shade Fearless. And you have to shake these like crazy. And this is a product that has kind of like a glossy look, but it dries down so you can't really touch your lips together as you apply, which is really hard for me. I'll be a second. Oh no, you guys, oh no. Oh no. Okay, and I'm done. It is fall time, baby. It's in full effect. I'm happy the eyes turned out more smoky than anticipated. I'm ready for all of the fall looks now. But now let's chat about the few things I tried out today. So starting with the Haus Labs concealer, I think it's growing on me. I really like the way my under eyes look on this side only. But I have to do a few more trials, of course. And for the Easy Bake and Snatch powder from Huda Beauty, I think this might be a big no for me. I tried it yesterday and I wasn't a fan, and I'm even less of a fan today. I don't like how it looks on my skin. I hate how it looks under my eye. It just enhanced all of my texture. It just made my under eye lines look so much more defined, and it's just not what I want with my makeup. I loved all the marketing I saw for these powders. I was really looking forward to trying them out, but I'm saddened with the reality of them. Not good for me. And for the lip liners from Jones Road, I'm really excited about these. The shade range is stunning and the formula is actually really awesome too. It felt nice and rich and creamy, and it was very blendable. Like, it didn't dry down on my lips immediately. I was able to maneuver them. I'll see how they are for longevity, but so far so good. I'm excited to see what you guys think of this makeup look in the comments down below, but that's going to be all from me. I really hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, make sure to give it a thumbs up, and I'll make sure to list and link everything I used in the description down below, so feel free to check that out, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye guys!